I am happy, you are happy. Let us be happy together. Whether the weather is cloudy or sunny, I will always be your funny honey bunny. I am lucky, you are lucky. Let us get lucky together. Whether the weather is cloudy or breezy, I'll be there to say, hey, come on, let's take it easy. Because isn't it nice to have the friends that you do? And isn't it nice that the sky is so blue? And isn't it nice to say I love you? Chugga, chugga, choo, choo, woo! I am smiling, you are smiling. Let us smile together. Whether the weather is cloudy or stormy, I will still be there in the morning. I'll be right by your side in the morning. I'll make you breakfast in the morning. I hope that you like cereal.
Yay! They did that live, by the way, in studio ages ago, which is lovely.
Adorable.
Because they're doing a show in Chicago. Remember when people did live shows and stuff? That's coming back.
Oh yeah.
So we had our first episode of Double Neck Download, the podcast I do with Richard Hunter, in ages. Yesterday, he came over to the house. We've both been vaccinated. He's even more diligent than I am about masks.
Yeah.
Like in that he's going to keep wearing them even after COVID is over because people are disgusting. And I can't say I blame him. And the places, I mean, he used to do PR for Dennis Hoff. So I understand why he would want, I mean, I don't know why he's not laminated. Richard, I told him I'm thinking of taking up a vinyl fetish just for the big rubber suit to wear out once things go back to normal. You know what I mean? I know a zipper probably wouldn't stop, on a gimp hood, wouldn't stop COVID or whatever. But maybe if you put one of those seals like on a...
like a Ziploc thing, right?
Yeah, like a Ziploc. Yeah. But I will say like that it fits and starts being what they are. A piece of good news coming up besides Nerd Halen August 1st at the Echo in Los Angeles. Even during mask mandate. So I actually think a Nerd Halen show with a mask mandate works because we all, everybody looks like their mom told them to. And it's that kind of a show anyways. But we're doing Monsters of Rock in February of next year. So Nerd Halen will be joining the Monsters of Rock cruise in February of next year's. The cruise, yeah. So we have to get these variants under control by then. I'm not getting on a cruise ship. I'll get regular dysentery. That's fine. But and thank you, Cynthia, for the super chat. 666 Fifth Avenue is this much closer to being purchased by yours truly. There are a bunch of shows I've been looking forward to seeing and going out in the world. And I was this close to pulling the trigger on a bunch of them. And then the Delta variant jumped back up. And then we have this whole thing of Fox News seeing the light for all of, I guess, 3 hours on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then just pulling right back. And everybody was asking, like, what is the change? What is the thing? It's 100% MAGA deaths. That's why. Because this is not about poor folks in rural communities, largely white, not having access to a vaccine. This is not the Biden administration punishing red states like Trump did with blue states, denying them PPE, where, all of a sudden, now that, Fox thinks Biden is attacking their viewers, they're going to go support getting vaccinated. It has nothing to do with that. It is simply that they realize they have talked their own viewers out of getting vaccinated, and they are dying at an alarming clip. The Republican Party has gone from get out the vote to cremate the vote, and they are staring down the barrel of 2022. And I mean, they are in deep right now because the deaths that are going to come from this, 97.8% of the people that are being hospitalized right now are testing positive for COVID right now are unvaccinated. The other 2% of the 2% of the tiny percent are people who are maybe testing positive. But also, we don't know, in terms of the antibody reflex, what your body shows on these tests as well. So they very well may not have, they may be calling them asymptomatic COVID carriers, but it may be an ancillary effect of the J&J vaccine or something that's showing up on tests and doesn't mean they actually have COVID. But it's best to take those precautions during this time because the Delta variant is squirrely and it's squeezing past the Johnson & Johnson and Moderna vaccines. They are 88% effective against the Delta variant in terms of asymptomatic or low symptom spread. 88% of people will not have any symptoms if they will not get it, and if they do get it, they will have minute symptoms, not requiring hospitalization. 98.7% of the people who are in the hospital, who are hospitalized because of COVID, that cat has something to say.
Oh yeah, she starts working the rest early for dinner about 4 hours ahead of time.
Oh, I see. That's what. Yeah, mine does too. Middle of the night, same kind of cat. I think we're the same breed or whatever. She gets up in the middle of the night and howls.
Yeah,
once a night, just kind of like, isn't it morning? Shouldn't we be having breakfast right now?
Pretty much.
Me. Are there people here? And then she goes back to sleep and she's all hoarse in the morning from doing that when I
hoarse
from screaming all night.
Yeah.
She's like, ow. I'm like, I got it. Oh. Yeah. So I understand that the Delta variant is crashing through places like Missouri right now. And what do you think was where do you think the epicenter of this outbreak is in Missouri? Just ballpark. What do you think, Johnny? What would you think?
In Missouri? In Kansas City?
Yeah. Nope. There's definitely a lot of cats she knows. Cat wants to tell us. Yeah.
She's probably trying to tell me the answer, and I don't understand her.
Branson. Because you have
there you go.
No mask mandate. It is a right-wing Christian pro-Trump entertainment mecca. It is Baptist Vegas in a lot of ways, and none of these people are going to be told what they can and can't do with their bodies. So what they're going to do is show up amongst a bunch of blue hairs and cough all over them, and that's where it's spreading from. We have an outbreak in Nevada right now. Our numbers are high, and our hospitals are actually holding it together pretty well. So why would we have a number really high and an outbreak really high, but as far as people getting visibly sick from it and seeking treatment, but our hospitalizations are lower? Well, it's because those people are leaving. They're coming here, they're catching it, they're staying here long enough to even start showing symptoms, and then they split and they go back home. And the same thing is true of, it's why Los Angeles has a mask mandate beyond the 4 million people who haven't been vaccinated because they're choosing not to in the Los Angeles, in Los Angeles County. There's a bunch of travel in and out of that through the rest of the country, and especially during the summer, especially as even with the pitiful opening that Disneyland has had, is still a draw. And there's Magic Mountain, and there's other stuff, and people are coming down here, and they're driving them, and they're like, okay, we may not be able to go to the big places we normally go. We can go to the beach. We can go hang out. We can go to eat in places. We can go see this, the sunshine. That's what it is. And that's your biggest problem right now is not single cities where the outbreak happens and they don't do everything they can to fight it. The problem you have right now is the traveling maggot Delta variant parade. Yeah. That is, it almost makes me clamor for Trump rallies so that they at least be a super spreader event you could be aware of.
Just among them, yeah.
Pam Johnson says, I object to being called a blue hair. On the cruise, the stylist called it Polynesian blonde. That's nicer. So here's what I would say to everybody. I know Sean Hannity won't tell you this because he doesn't think he's qualified medically. Get vaccinated. If you have any concerns, talk to your doctor, and your doctor's going to say, get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
If you've had COVID and it's been 3 months since you've had COVID, get vaccinated. And if you've gotten vaccinated, while we're trying to build a wall against this, because walls and wheels work, while we're trying to build a wall of immunity against the Delta variant, mask up when you go to the store. Because maybe you don't get it because you've been vaccinated, but maybe you carry it and you shed virus. That's the concern. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much. Thanks to everybody who super chatted, support the show. Patreon.com/HowlsParks. Great way to support the show. Me and Johnny and Can't Stop Lion. And that's how we live here. So thanks a bunch. We'll see you next week.